Gonna TeamTekTrab, SuperSubSquad.
Whoa. Well, hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in to TeamTekTrab again. That is TeamTekTrab signing in with another reaction video. If you want to see more reaction videos and analysis and gameplay videos, don't miss out by clicking the bell icon and subscribing to the channel. And I'm going to react to this. I'm going to pause it, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. I love horror. Let's do it. And start. Boop. There we go. Oh, nice ambience.
There are only a handful of events in your life that you remember where you were.
Yeah, I guess so.
For many Americans such as myself, 9/11 was
me
one.
too.
And for the older generation, the assassination of JFK
This
was
sounds
another.
familiar.
For me,
This sounds familiar, dude.
it was the day my parents
Oh my gosh,
died.
I'm so sorry.
I hope no one has to go through the pain I went through that snowy
Oh
January
boy,
evening.
that's snow in it, yeah.
And if you had the unfortunate luck to have experienced that
gosh.
kind of trauma, then my thoughts are with you.
Oh my goodness.
I was close with my parents.
That's terrible.
They were perfect role models
Oh
for
my-
me, and
this
the
is
day they
really
died
terrible.
was the day a part of me
I'm
died
sure
as
this
well.
is awful. I'm gonna pause it at
The
51.
car slid off and embarked.
Oh, as soon as he said it. I can't make. I thought it was gonna be like a Batman reference, but no, it's unfortunate. All right, let's keep going. 51 seconds and go.
Went in the snow and ice and crashed,
Oh my gosh.
killing them almost instantly.
Oh my gosh, it's terrible.
I was at the bar with a few friends and my fiance at the time when I received a phone call from the local police.
Oh, so you're older.
The news
Oh,
hit
it's
me like a ton
horrible.
of bricks, and all I could do was stare endlessly into
Oh
the
my
background.
gosh.
The lights were on,
It's in the
but
background.
nobody was home, if that makes any sense.
I guess it does.
After the funeral, my brother
Some
Joe
heavy
and I
stuff
were
here.
going through their house to get belongings out so the home could either be sold, rented out, or become property of the bank.
Don't let the
familiar
bankers
smell
take
of
it.
the home reminded me of better
Hang on
times.
for a second. Pause.
Times
130.
where I woke
Don't let the bankers take anything. Do not let them take anything. Do not let them, because it is yours. If you can help it, sell, and keep the money in your pocket. Do not give it to the banks. All right, let's keep it going. 130.
woke up on Christmas morning to see a Nintendo 64 and Pokemon Stadium waiting for me. You know,
Hang on for a
those
second.
good times.
60.
Like an episode
Hang
of
on for a
Scooby-Doo.
second.
Joe and I
Stopping it.
split up.
Boop. You mean to tell me you've got a Nintendo 64 and your parents didn't get you Super Mario 64? Is that what you're telling me? You did not get that? You didn't get I don't know, anything. GoldenEye. Wave Race even. Because I think it came with the game. The Pokemon Stadium, you must have been a late bloomer. Pokemon Stadium didn't come out until later on in the lifetime of the Nintendo 64. But I know, I'm splitting hairs here. All right, let's keep going.
To make the job easier. I would be in charge of the basement and main floor, while Joe would be in charge of the top floor and the attic. I started on the main floor, mainly because I
Okay.
still had this irrational fear of that basement.
Wow.
When I was younger,
They're
I
gone.
fell on the steps and broke both of my
they're gone.
legs and my right wrist
Oh
in
my
the
gosh.
process.
Ouch.
All these years later,
terrible.
and it's still implanted in my mind.
That is awful.
Hours went by, and after taking a break to sit down and rest and enjoy a cold beer, I opened the door to the basement.
That has to be very
As I looked
depressing.
down the narrow flight of stairs, memories of
Mm-hmm.
8-year-old me falling down and breaking bones flashed before my eyes.
Gosh.
I
Breaking
gulped
bones.
and took it one step at a
He
time.
breaking bones.
Once in the basement,
Sounds
the
terrible, I'm
old,
sorry.
musty smell became familiar with my nostrils. I looked over towards the single window in the basement, where a framed
What are you
photo of
looking
my
at?
mother and father hung below it.
Jeez Louise.
There was a time when my father wanted to make this basement a lower level family room, but the hanging
boy.
photo
Wait.
is as far.
He didn't want to. Hold up. Pause. Boop. At 250. You mean to tell me that he didn't want to make it a man cave? He just want to make it a family room? Does he have anything to himself? Jeez Louise. You know, the kids get everything. The kids get everything, you know. Significant other, in next case, get everything, you know. You can't squeeze in, you know, a little man cave. Maybe you can eat a couple of cheese sticks and, you know, watch the game. Or even if he's not into sports, Maybe he can just be down there alone by himself. He can't have a room by himself. It has to be the family room. I thought the family room was the living room. Okay, let's keep it going.
Where's he got? Under the stairwell, there were a few boxes from previous years that had yet to be unpacked. I pulled up an old wooden chair and began to search through the boxes,
it's so depressing.
hoping I'd find something worth
depressing.
keeping. The first box was just holiday decorations, Christmas, Halloween, hell, even Thanksgiving.
Hang on.
My mother
You
was
gotta
very
sell
festive,
this.
no matter
Dude,
the
you
holiday.
gotta sell it.
I set it off to the side and pulled the next box
Give me a
closer to me.
second.
There was an old white binder that
What
had
the-
hundreds of Pokemon cards in the sleeves.
Pokemon cards, right?
I felt like I had just discovered gold in the form of these little
I mean,
paper
you should.
cards.
You should sell
I
them.
flipped through the pages,
Hang
just
on, I'm
smiling through
gonna
ear to ear.
excel a lot of people.
For those of you who are too
333.
young,
Boop. 333. Boop. Okay. Yeah. So Pokemon cards, you sell those. And mine are somewhere. They're somewhere. I don't know where they are, but if I found them, I would sell them at a single opportunity, because you guys don't understand. Pokemon is losing its value, and I don't mean that because I don't really do much Pokemon nowadays. I'm not saying that, but Pokemon, in my humble opinion, the more Pokemon there are, the less valuable all the other Pokemon are, because it makes them less unique. So 151 Pokemon, really cool, right? Second generation with the gold and silver, really cool, right? And I think you get to the third generation, it starts losing its edge, and by the time you get the fourth and all those other Pokemon, I stopped after gold and silver. So I mean, how special are Pokemon at this point? To be honest, I'm gonna upset a lot of people. They're not that special. New Pokemon aren't that special, because they ran out of ideas. This one's a sword. This one's a shield. It's over. It's over, man. Sell those Pokemon cards. Get out while you still can. Honestly, you're probably too late. I mean, we're all probably too late. Anybody who has Pokemon from Generation 1 and 2, you missed the chance. You missed your chance. You should have sold them when you had the chance, because now they gotta be practically worthless. Practically worthless at this point. Who cares about a Charizard when you got a billion other Pokemon? That's probably why they don't want to bring back the National Dex or whatever the hashtag is going on Twitter. Not National Dex. Well, because Nintendo or Game Freak, whoever they are, Game Freak, Game Wizard, whatever, probably understands that, oh my gosh, the Pokemon's not special anymore. We have too many Pokemon. I should make a video on that. Are there too many Pokemon? Yes. Yes, there are. There are too many Pokemon. They're not special. Everybody has their favorite, and that's all well and good. But it's not special anymore. I know this is a Creepypasta reaction video, but you're going to get my full reaction. This is real. This is raw. This is the Super Channel. All right? So thank you guys so much for watching me. Let's go. Let's get back into this stuff. All right, let's go. 333. Boop.
They're too old to appreciate Pokemon cards. It was the greatest thing for an 8-year-old kid in the 90s.
I don't know how you got
Hell,
Pokemon
I even went to
Stadium.
a few tournaments
I don't know
and
how
won badges.
old you are, really.
The rest of the box was almost uneventful, though.
Should have got rid of them.
There were some old pieces of art that Joe and I
Get rid
drew
of
in
the boxes.
class, but nothing worth
Get
keeping.
rid of the boxes.
As I
guy's
searched through the
established.
remaining boxes, I thought for sure there was nothing at all worth keeping.
Yeah. Don't.
The last box just had old silverware in
Don't.
place, half of which were cracked and broken.
It's terrible.
I pulled out my phone to turn on the flashlight to
a
search under
horrible
the
thing.
stairwell if I had missed anything.
You
That's
know,
when I saw
I'm
a
gonna
small brown
pause.
box.
412. 412. And one thing I gotta say is that I can hardly rip on some of these stories because they're so heartbreaking. It's like, oh yeah, something happened to his parents. It's heartbreaking, absolutely awful. So you guys might see me finding a little more sympathy for the main character. I normally would grill them, but the guy just lost his parents, so it's really tough. I can't make fun of that. I mean, I couldn't make fun of that, could I?
Tucked in the back corner.
413.
On my hands and knees, I crawled under the stairwell to grab the box.
Yeah, go grab that box.
The box was covered in
What's
dust,
in the box?
seemingly untouched in at least a decade.
What's in that box?
As I wiped the dust off, I opened the box to see a set of videotapes,
What kind of tapes?
unmarked.
Uh-oh.
Intrigued, I grabbed the Pokemon binder and the other materials that I deemed worthy to
Definitely
keep,
the binders.
put it in the box of videotapes, and headed upstairs.
Yeah, get that binder box.
Once I exited the darkness of the basement and embraced the light of the room,
Embrace the
I
light.
saw Joe sitting on the couch, smoking a cigar.
Is that his brother?
Took you long enough,
Oh, jeez.
he said sarcastically.
Whatever.
Where'd you get those cigars?
Look at those.
You don't even smoke.
Look at those cigars.
I found them upstairs. They're high quality stogies, TJ.
Stogies.
I think Dad was saving them for a special
Stogies.
occasion.
Anybody watch? Anybody watch?
That my brother
Hold on.
would smoke
507. Boop. Anybody watch Swanky Zone? I watch Swanky Zone. This Stogie's hilarious. Stogie is hilarious on Swanky Zone. He was always like, "What's in the boxes?" I love that guy. He's hilarious. All right, let's keep it going. Boop.
cigar that our dad was saving for such a special occasion, knowing damn well that less than a week ago he passed away.
I don't always do that.
I sat next to him on the couch and placed the box on the coffee table in front.
Open the tapes. We already know it's the tapes.
Why would you put that dusty ass box on this good table,
Take
TJ?
it easy.
A good question, but
Take it easy.
I just smirked and shrugged it off. Look, dude, my old Pokemon binder. I bet some of these cards are worth a good penny.
Hold on. They're
Especially
worth
since
nothing.
They look to be in good condition.
They're worth nothing.
Yeah, you could sell them all and make a good 5-cent profit from all the money Mom and Dad wasted on those things.
Pretty much.
Good investment, TJ.
Yeah, like your brother's a.
I set the binder to
Your
my
brother's a
side
jerk.
and pulled out the first videotape I saw.
Jeez.
Check these out. You want to watch some home
my
movies
gosh.
and laugh at how freaking cringy we were? I said, waving the videotape in front of my brother.
Oh, jeez Louise.
Yeah, let's pop those right into the VHS
How old are
player.
you guys?
Oh, wait a minute. It's 2017, TJ. No one uses those
Hey,
anymore.
it's 2019 over here.
He had a point, but
We use
I knew
them.
something he didn't.
We use those tapes.
The secret compartment I made when I was younger in my room upstairs. I hopped up and ran upstairs to my old room.
That's good water.
It was empty, but I knew what to look for.
Oh, okay. You remember that?
In the floor of my closet, I made a makeshift compartment to hide, well, adult-themed movies and
Oh,
magazines.
okay. Jeez Louise, buddy.
In the compartment was an old VHS
Calm
player
down.
that I would hook up to my TV when no one was home and watch said movies.
Uh-huh. Gotcha.
I ran downstairs with the VHS player
Goodness
in my
gracious.
hand and a giant grin on my
Yeah,
face.
but...
Thank God I was a smart little pervert, I said, holding the
Goodness
VHS player
gracious.
above my head. Oh, look, you found a VHS.
Goodness
But
gracious.
please tell me how this ancient thing is going to plug into this new TV.
Jeez
Are you
Louise.
going to science the shit out of this too?
Man, I don't
Again,
like... Here's the... I'm going to
Another
hit
good
the
point, but
650,
knew better.
656. Boop. One thing I don't understand, and I always do this in media, in horror, and movies, is that the siblings don't ever get along. And I understand not everybody gets along with the sibling, but it's such a common trope at this point. Why can't two brothers or brothers and sister or sister and sister, why can't they just get along? I mean, I don't get it. Not everybody's, at their siblings' throats, A lot of times, at least based on my experience, people get along in my family. Sorry. Just saying how it is, not bragging. 656. Sorry, 657.
when you were searching upstairs, did you find an older television? Yeah, but that's all I needed to know. I told him to follow me upstairs
That's all I
while
needed
I
to
went to
know.
the attic to find my old television.
Got him.
I brought
Got
the
him.
television back downstairs and plugged it in, along with the VHS player.
Oh, boy.
Alright, want to take any bets on what the first video is? I'm gonna guess your 10th birthday party where you pissed your pants from the clown.
Jeez
Shut
Louise.
up, TJ.
And TJ's
I guess
jerk.
old wounds never heal. I popped the first tape in and walked backward, making sure it was loading up. The
Walk
all too
backwards.
familiar blue screen appeared, shortly before the video started up.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
I took a seat on the couch next to Joe as we watched the video begin to play.
Okay.
It was
doing it.
grainy and dark, but we could make out movement from the side.
Uh-oh.
What is this?
what are you
Some
looking
kind
at?
of backwards ass snuff film?
Jeez,
Joe
take it
said
easy.
in a mocking tone. The darkness soon disappeared as the light kicked on without
Okay.
warning. There
Okay.
we saw a male and a female in white coats with white
What?
masks covering their
Uh-oh.
face.
It's
In
mom
the
and
middle
dad.
of the room,
It's mom and
there was
dad.
the lifeless body of a young boy laying on his back
my
with
gosh.
a black tarp over his body.
Oh, they killed him.
We
They
saw
killed
the
him.
feet and arms dangling off the side. Okay,
gosh.
what the fuck is this? Joe said, leaning forward. Turn this off. This is some kind of illegal shit. I was
No,
a
that's
bit
your parents,
confused what I
yo.
was watching. I gulped and continued.
It's mom and dad.
Despite Joe's pleas to turn it off,
I need to
there
turn
was
it
no
off.
sound to the video.
Mr. Big
just
Stuff.
the video itself.
Dude,
The
dude's
two
so tough.
white-dressed individuals nodded as a third individual came out from the background.
Uh-oh. Is
It had
that
to
your
be at
uncle?
least 7 feet tall.
Dude.
It was lanky
Huge.
and it looked like it hadn't eaten in quite some time.
Oh, my gosh.
Its arms were very long,
It's-
almost touching the ground.
It wasn't a person?
Its neck was elongated as well, but
Jeez.
its head was very small.
What?
almost
Okay, this guy's
comically
not
small.
human.
It did not look like a human
Comically
at
small.
all. The creature began to slowly surround the
This
lifeless
is
body of the boy before he placed one of its long legs onto the bed where the boy was laying.
Oh, jeez. What did you want to do to that boy?
Toes from what we could see.
Oh,
But
gosh.
that could have just been the bad quality of the video.
What the?
Joe and I watched in horror as this creature surrounded the child. But the real horror happened after it mounted the child and began to drag its tongue across the boy's cheek.
What the flip?
The tongue was purple in color, very long and very skinny, almost like a serpent.
So, who was it? Was it your third brother?
TJ.
Was it your
Joe
third brother?
screamed.
Your unknown
I
brother?
didn't listen.
Why are you? Yeah,
I was
don't
almost
listen.
in a trance.
Yeah,
I
TJ
had
needs
no
to calm
idea
it
what I
down.
was watching, but
Calm down,
whatever
TJ.
the creature was, it wasn't human.
Watch it.
Nor anything I've ever seen
like
before.
it. You watch
The
that.
creature dragged its tongue down the face and neck of the child
gosh.
before placing its hand on the child's face.
Oh,
The creature was in a squatting pose above the child, but
it's a wrap.
its
Is the
arms
kid
and legs
dead?
were so long that it looked like it was standing.
Wow.
Joe got up without hesitation and turned the television off before we saw what was next.
Aw,
TJ,
yo.
I told you to turn this shit off. Whatever this is, it
Joe,
can't
what's
be
his name's
legal.
Joe? Is his
You need
name
to show
Joe?
this to the cops, man. Where did mom and dad get this
Yeah.
shit and why do
What
they
the
have
heck?
it? That's
Yeah,
a
it's crazy.
$64,000 question, isn't it? Joe,
Joe's-
we have to watch these before we give them to the authorities.
Heck
What
yeah,
if
you
they were
gotta see
just
what's
some
on.
homemade horror film or something? We have to
Yeah.
watch to make sure it's real and not something made up. Or else the
Exactly.
authorities are just going to laugh at us for being scared by a work of fiction.
Yeah, calm it down,
Reluctantly,
Joe.
Joe sat down and agreed as
Yeah,
we turned
calm
the
down,
television
Joe.
back on.
Still don't watch this
I
stuff,
rewound
man.
back to the part where we had last left off on, which was the
Hold
creature
on, let me say
squatting above
something.
the
I'm gonna
lifeless
10:30,
child with its
10:40.
hands up.
Boop. Only thing I had to stop it. One thing I gotta say is what on. I thought it was TJ, but it was Joe who's acting like a jerk. Like what is going on with this kid, man? He being and here's the thing: the other guys, I don't know which one's the younger brother, but if one of them's getting fiancéed up, he's about to get married. Y'all supposed to be older than that. Like y'all supposed to be chill. Like oh okay, all right. Other one's like, turn it off. Like which one's the younger one? I don't know, but somebody needs to be more mature in this one. I think the narrator's more mature than the brother at this point, because other guys just getting on my nerves.
The child's face and head. The creature dragged its finger across the cheek of the child,
Ew.
and its nail was so sharp it left a visible cut across the child's face.
Ooh,
That's
that
when
kid's
my
he's
eyes
gone.
widened, and I looked at Joe.
He was like, "What the
Joe.
heck?" Joe's like,
What?
"What the heck?" Oh, is that your scar? Is that you?
scar.
That's your face. I
Joe's
know it was
eyes
you.
widened. The cut across the
That's
child's
you.
left cheek was very similar to a scar across Joe's face that
Yo.
apparently happened after he fell off his bicycle at a young
He
age.
ain't fall off no bike.
He
He ain't
never
fall off no
remembered
bike.
it. But
Bicycle.
That's what we were told. Dude, what the fuck, TJ?
Yes,
Maybe
you
it was
dude.
just a coincidence, but things were
It's you.
starting to add up.
Heck yeah, it's
The
you,
creature
Joe.
grabbed the leg of the child and began to drag its tongue up and down the left leg.
He's being molested
as
by
if
an
it were
alien.
enjoying the
Oh,
taste and smell of
God.
the child. I gulped.
Oh,
and
why
I
am I
paused
laughing
the
at
tape in
this?
the VHS. Joe, look at the
Oh my
background.
gosh.
What do you
That's
see?
our basement. That's
I don't see shit.
our basement,
TJ.
Joe.
It's just old and grainy. Look
Nah,
in the background
dog.
by the
You
window,
got-
then look under. What does that look like? Joe leaned closer into the television and squinted to get a better view.
That's crazy.
Shit, it looks like a picture or something.
Yeah, it's a picture.
I
It's
gulped
you.
my fear and remembered the picture hanging below the window in our basement.
That's y'all
The
basement.
basement, directly below our feet.
Dude got
I hit play
licked up
against
by
my
an
better
alien.
judgment, mind you, and
horrible.
sat back down. The creature continued to drag its tongue across the leg of the young child before
Oh my
hopping down from the
gosh.
bed. It stood straight up and held its arms to its side.
That's
Its
terrible.
knuckles touched the ground and it was so tall that its head was out of the view of the camera.
Oh my gosh.
The man and woman, dressed in white, nodded their heads as the creature bolted out of the camera view. The man
What
in
the
white
heck?
proceed to
Why
walk
they-
towards the camera and turn
In
it off
agreement.
as the screen turned to static.
In
Dude, what
agreement.
the fuck? What the fuck was that, TJ? I tried to calm Joe down, but hell, even I was perplexed. I looked
Take
down into
that,
the box
Joe.
and
How'd you get for being a
realized that
jerk
there
all
were
these
more
years?
videos, but I did not want to look what was next.
Yes.
I popped the first video out and put it to the side
Oh,
as
that's
I
what
sat
it
down on
gets.
the couch next to Joe, who
Joe's
looked
a
as
jerk.
if he had just seen a ghost. There are 3 more videos, Joe, but Jesus Christ, I'm afraid of what they show. He hung his head into his hands and began to stomp his feet in disbelief.
Yeah, you
As we
got.
sat in silence on the couch, our
I guess
attention
I'm gonna
turned
pause
some-
it. 1310. I'm sorry. I guess you could say you got touched by an angel. Oh, sorry. This kid deserves it. All right. It's not even a kid. This guy, if his brother's getting married, he's probably older than him. I'll figure it out. Either way, be a man about it. Good. Oh gosh, that's too funny. All right, let's keep it moving. 13:10.
Or else. We heard a noise that was similar to something dragging across the floor.
Dude, so that it's still there?
It was coming from the basement.
Uh-oh. I think you know what's going on. I think that's it. He stopped the... Okay, 13:30. All right, that's the end screen. Nice. That concludes part 1 of... I found this a series or tape in my basement. I can't remember what it was called. I found a series of videotapes in my basement. Part 1, Creepypasta, narrated by Mr. Creeps. Yeah, last time we checked off, there's some crazy things going down in the basement. Yeah, some creepy things going on in the basement. There's some face licking, some face scratching. A lot of weird stuff going on, and somebody's parents just died. So, yeah, let's get on to it. Let's do it. Boop! Okay, so here we go. Starting up. Let's get it.
Shh. Did you hear that?
Some shushing going on.
My attention was brought towards the basement door for a moment. I stood in silence,
oh my gosh,
closing my eyes to listen as closely as I
so
could.
they heard something in the basement. They heard something.
Joe wasn't as patient as I was.
Sure
Imagine
wasn't.
that. Hear what? I don't hear shit.
Jeez, calm down,
Almost
Joe.
on cue,
So
the noise
it's
appeared
Joe.
again. The sound of something dragging.
What's dragging?
Joe's eyes became as wide as his mouth as he began to back away from the basement
Must have a big
door
mouth.
in fear.
Yeah.
I placed my index finger over my lips and proceeded to tell him to be quiet.
Yeah, you gotta be
I saw
careful.
Joe gulp his fear down his throat. But for some strange reason,
Come on, Joe.
my fear was overshadowed by my willingness to get to the bottom of what was going on.
Oh boy, you wanted to know. You need a gun.
Against my better judgment and
You need a
Joe's
gun.
wishes, I opened the door to the basement.
I'm sure Joe's
Dude,
scared.
what the fuck are you doing? Let's get out of here.
He knows
This,
what's up.
please, fell on deaf ears.
He's the favorite
Look,
brother.
If you want to leave, fine. But I'm going to go down there and see what that noise was.
Uh-oh, yeah, you about to
probably
get
nothing.
licked.
Nothing.
TJ.
Jesus Christ, we just watched a video of what looks like a young Mia and some fucking creature in our basement. And then we hear a noise coming
Yeah.
from the basement and you want to tell me it's nothing?
It's probably nothing.
I just wanted him to calm down, truth be told. I wanted him to leave so I would be alone and I'd have to listen to his constant whining.
Goodness gracious, dude.
Leave if you
The
want.
main character's crazy.
I'm going down there.
TJ or
Joe
DJ.
shook his head in disbelief.
He can't believe
I'm
it.
out of here.
Yeah,
And that was that.
got his face
I
licked.
watched as Joe grabbed his coat and some belongings before leaving the house.
Yeah, I would do the
Perhaps
same
I should
thing.
have done the same, but my
Nah.
curiosity got the better of me.
I mean, you
What's
shouldn't
that
leave your
saying
brother
about
like that.
Curiosity and the cat. It doesn't bode well for me.
Yeah, it doesn't. No, you're
I
screwed.
looked down to the bottom of the stairs,
Screwed.
into the basement, and nothing seemed out of place.
Hang on, I'm time to pause.
Slowly,
2
I
minutes.
walked
Boop. Yeah. So why would you? I mean, even though your brother was creeped out about what's going on in the house, you should not leave your brother. I mean, I wouldn't have left him, even if I did see a young version of myself get, you guys heard what happened. It's really messed up. I don't know what was going on with the face licking and the scratching and all that stuff. That was messed up. Parents wasn't some messed up stuff. I mean, sounds really even more messed up, but I wouldn't be surprised if the young Joe there was adopted. Might have been adopted, which is why they would let their son get his face licked by an alien. It doesn't make any sense. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't let that happen to anybody I cared about. But yeah, I mean, even though if he got his face licked by an alien, I probably would still hang in there with my brother to make sure that he was okay. Maybe get a weapon or some sort, maybe a wooden 2x4, something. If he had to go check it out, I wouldn't abandon my brother, even if I did think it was a bad idea. That's just me. 2 minutes.
The
Boop.
stairs, making sure to grab the railing with each step. Once
This
I
guy's
made it to
crazy.
the bottom, I flipped on the light at the end of the stairwell.
You wanted to see the
Looked
alien.
around for a moment until I saw the familiar picture that once hung below the window.
He
which
wants
was
his
now
face
laying
licked.
on the ground.
Uh-oh.
With a sigh of
Why is it
relief,
there?
I walked towards the photo to hang it back up.
But
While I was
Dun,
doing
dun,
that,
dun.
however,
Mhm.
the dragging noise appeared again. I quickly jumped in and turned to look behind me, but there was
yeah,
nothing.
there's nothing there. Nothing
I
there.
looked at the
Yep,
empty black
solved it.
abyss that was the space under the stairs as I slowly walked towards it. It appeared to be a black hole, and the curiosity was its gravitational pull sucking me in.
Really?
grabbed
I
my
think it's
phone
more
and
than the
turned flashlight
curiosity.
again.
This
But
alien's
just
got
as
powers.
before, there was nothing under the stairs but dust and dead bugs.
Oh boy.
Another sigh of relief.
This guy's getting
In that
ganked.
moment, I took my phone back into my pocket
getting
and
ganked.
went to head back upstairs.
Goodness
Out of
gracious.
the corner of my eye, I saw something move.
Oh my
It moved
gosh.
incredibly fast, and as I turned
See?
my head, my eyes became wide in fear.
Yeah,
I was
you're
staring
done.
at a familiar sight. The
A
sight
familiar
of the
sight.
creature in the video. It was
Oh.
taller than I imagined. Skinny, lanky, with arms that
Oh, so
dragged
he saw
across
him.
the cement. Its neck
He
was
saw him.
long and skinny, but its head was small.
Yeah, really
Its
small.
face had a pair of two dark eyes, practically
Oh, boy.
black. No nose, but a smile, if you could call it that, which was
Oh,
crooked
boy.
to the left side of his face.
Dude, that's your half
It
brother.
stood there staring at me as if I were its prey. The creature
Yeah.
was letting off a hideous odor that smelled like a mixture of rotten eggs and what I only could describe as roadkill. The creature bent down. I watched as its knees went above its shoulders in a crouched position.
Oh
It
gosh.
seemed physically impossible, but then again, everything about this seemed impossible.
Got
It
him.
began to sniff around before
You should run.
crawling towards me slowly.
Oh
Its
gosh,
eyes
it's an
maintained
animal.
focus on me while it slowly crawled towards my
It's
stored
your-
body.
It's
Its head
it's
was
your brother.
shifting back and forth uncontrollably as it crawled towards me. I had to make a move. I needed to make a move.
Hit him.
Without hesitation, I
Hit
bolted
him.
up the stairs and slammed the door behind me. I grabbed the box of videotapes, the VCR, and
Wow.
left the home.
Dude, you're
not looking
crazy.
back.
You're
I threw the box
crazy.
of tapes in the back of my Ford Focus and left the driveway as fast as I could. I must
Jeez
have hit
Louise,
every
dude.
red light on my way out of town, but I
Jeez.
refused to look back, fearing I'd see the creature. In a panic,
How
I grabbed
on
my
earth?
phone and dialed Joe to talk to him.
Oh my
The phone
gosh,
just kept
dude.
ringing.
Oh my
You've
gosh,
reached
dude.
Joe. Leave a message.
Did the
Damn it,
creature
Joe.
get up
I
with
hung
Joe
the
real
phone
quick?
and tossed it to the side
Wanted
as
another
I thought
taste.
about what to do next. With nearly 400 miles back to my home on
Oh my
campus, I had no other option but to rent a hotel for the night.
Oh my
Motel
gosh.
8. I booked a room.
Boop. This is 452. Stopped it. You can kind of see where this is going. He just saw the creature and ended up running for his life. Ran past every red light. I wish I could do that. And his brother will not pick up the phone. More than likely, he's probably still freaked out about it. But, geez Louise, I don't know. That was crazy. And now he's at a Motel 6. He is screwed. That creature's gonna follow him tonight. He's gonna see that creature tonight. All right.
The night and thought over everything in my head. How could
Gosh.
a creature that size remain hidden down there?
Yeah.
I sat
That's a
on the
good
edge of the
question.
hotel bed, still in disbelief. I looked
Oh,
over
my.
at the box of videotapes and the VCR that I was able to
Oh
get
my
out in a
gosh.
hurry.
He's
Looking
screwed.
back, wasting time to get that VCR was stupid, but there had to be more to this
I'm
story.
sorry, but I would have drove all the way
I
home.
was able to plug the VCR into the hotel television and
Are you
went over
serious?
everything in
What-
my head again.
How far of a drive is
Should I
this?
watch the next tape?
No.
Or should I go directly
Don't.
to the authorities?
Yeah, I think you should.
With
You
a
know,
deep breath,
I definitely
inserted
think
the
you
next
should.
tape and waited to
Should have
see
drove
what was
home.
next.
Silly.
The video started out like the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Only this time, there wasn't a boy strapped down into a bed.
Oh my gosh, your brother.
Instead, the
doesn't
two
care about his
white-dressed
brother.
individuals stood over the side with a pad and a pen, jotting down something that
That's
I
crazy.
couldn't read.
Why would
There
they
was a
film
jump
that?
cut and my stomach began to turn.
Uh-oh. Jump
The
cut.
camera was fixated on the creature, which
Uh-oh.
was standing still against the cold cement wall of what
Oh,
looked like my
jeez.
basement.
Yeah, it's your basement.
The creature's eyes were closed and its mouth seemed to have disappeared. Its face
Uh-oh.
was completely blank.
Mm.
Suddenly, the dark eyes opened and the crooked smile appeared on the creature.
What the heck?
It didn't move, but
That's
it seemed
crazy.
to be awake.
That's funny.
The two white-dressed individuals approached
Your
the creature
parents.
and inserted a syringe into its elongated neck before the
Jeez
video
Louise.
cut out. After another jump cut,
What the heck?
the camera was
What are they
pointed
doing
up
to
the
him?
stairs towards the basement door. The
Uh-huh.
door was closed, but not for long.
Oh my gosh.
The door opened and I saw my father slowly walking down the stairs to
What
the
the
basement.
heck?
He seemed to be in a trance, and
What?
his eyes weren't what I remembered.
Oh my gosh.
They were pitch
Trance.
black.
What? Pitch black
Creature was
eyes.
eating. What it was eating, I'm not entirely sure.
Oh my gosh.
It was
What's he
slumped
feeding on?
against the wall, picking up pieces of food with its long fingers and
Wait, why
forcing
was
it
it-
into its mouth.
What?
The creature turned its head 180
heck?
degrees like an owl and was directly looking at the camera.
What the flip?
Static. I couldn't
What the
contain
flip?
myself anymore. I
So,
got on my feet and I
I'm
headed
gonna
to the bathroom.
7-minute boop. So this creature is hypnotizing his mom and dad to feeding humans, and he's got powers. I don't know. That's bizarre. I mean, I don't understand why the need for the suits. Why does the based on how he's describing it, it sounds like they're wearing a hazmat suit or something. So it would only make me think that they willingly did this, but now it looks like they're hypnotized or something. I don't know. It's insane. Very riveting. The 7-minute. Boop.
Vomiting from what I just saw.
Oh
The creature made me physically ill.
my
Just by the way
gosh.
it looked and how abnormal it was.
Yeah.
Leaning over the toilet, thoughts rushed through my head.
Yeah. You
What
should be
was
on the
this
road now.
creature, and are there more like it?
You should
I
be on
flushed
the
my
road
puke
now.
down the toilet and went to get some rest.
Dude, it
Everything
make
from
you
that night
physically
wore me
ill.
out, and I could
heck?
decipher more of the videos tomorrow after a decent
Dude.
night's sleep.
It made you physically ill. What are you going to bed
I
for?
woke the next morning to
Silly.
the sound of someone knocking on the door of my hotel room.
Oh yeah, you're screwed. Hopefully it's your
In a
brother.
groggy daze, I opened the door to see that nobody was there.
Oh my gosh.
When I looked down, I nearly jumped backwards.
Tapes.
Sitting
Some
on the
more-
ground was a single videotape.
Yep.
I got
More
my fear
tapes.
down my throat, shaking from head to
Oh
toe.
jeez. So somebody
Picked up
knows.
the tape, looked around the hall of my floor, but saw no one.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely
closed
not.
my door, locked it,
Dude,
and sat on the
hold
edge of
up.
my bed.
If the creature give him the
What's this
tape?
And what was on it?
Did the creature
Shit,
give him the
I was too
tape?
afraid to even find out.
Is it like
I had
7
to talk
days?
myself into it, but I really wish
Some
I did.
ring stuff?
I put the tape into the VCR and
Oh my
braced
gosh.
myself for the worst.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
What I saw sent chills down my spine.
Here we go.
It was Joe. Not as
Uh-oh.
a child, but as an adult.
What?
Wearing the same clothes he was
What?
wearing last night.
What?
Behind him was the creature, resting both hands on his shoulders.
How did it get
standing
him?
tall with its head out of the view of the camera. Joe's
How
head
did it
was
get him?
lowered, looking down at the ground below his feet.
Oh my gosh, dude.
He seemed to be asleep or unaware of what
Oh
was
my.
going on.
Yeah, your
was
brother's
breathing.
toast.
Both Joe and the creature stood completely
Oh my
still
gosh.
for what seemed like hours.
Oh my
The
gosh.
creature's
this-
hands
this is
placed
terrible.
firmly on his shoulders,
He's
tightening
toast.
the grip with every passing moment.
Oh my gosh.
I watched in horror as the creature then
Who would
dragged
film
its
this?
tongue across the cheek of Joe before the video cut to static.
What
The creature had
fuss?
Joe.
He's got
The
him.
creature was still in that house.
You gotta
Begs
save
the
him.
question, who was filming it?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, this can't be happening.
I was thinking the same thing.
I mumbled those
This
words
is
under my
hilarious.
breath after watching the tape of the creature and Joe.
The creature's got him.
Joe went back to that house after I left and tried to save me. But
Yeah.
in return, he
Got-
was taken by
got-
the creature himself.
Hold up. No.
to think of.
Pause. Boop. 9:26. So we're pausing it. No, he didn't. Here's the thing. Okay. All right. Put yourself in his shoes. You just saw something freaky. You ran. Okay. Okay. So you left. You bolt. And oh my gosh, I can't do this. My brother's in trouble. I have to come back to save him, says Joe. Even if he comes back to the house, he has to notice that your car is gone. And you called him. So what are the odds? What are the odds that Joe missed the fact that your car was no longer there and missed your phone call? And you're the one that he's come back for. You're the reason why he came back, and that's his main focus, is to find you. And he can't find your car, and you called him. Why would he go into the house at that point? Even if he did think something bad had happened, your car's gone. He said, okay, well, Joe's not here. The creature can't drive. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me in terms of a storytelling standpoint. Yeah, it's not a good. Okay, let's keep it going.
Every time I wished harm on Joe for something he said or did,
This is
I'd
hilarious.
take it all back just to make sure that he was safe.
I'm sure you did. Sure you would. I mean,
Thoughts spun around my head like
Yeah.
a merry-go-round.
he's probably sucking the
I knew
juice
time
right
was
out of
the
his head right
essence,
there.
but I had no idea what to do or how to go about
Toast, dude. He's
it.
toast.
I had to go back, and I had
Yeah.
to save Joe.
Get yourself a shotty.
As I left my hotel room, every bad thought
Hang on.
imaginable began
Also-
to creep its way into my mind.
9:52. Boop. Okay. Here's a question I have. My question is, who delivered the tape? Was it Joe that delivered the tape? Was it the creature that delivered the tape? Those are the only two people who could deliver the tape. And it doesn't make sense for either one of them to deliver the tape. There's none. There's no sense. It makes no sense. If he's in trouble, why would he go there? Even if he was under a hypnotic trance, to be so fast as to run out. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's keep it going. Boop.
From Joe being killed
Goodness
to
gracious.
the creature being loose outside of the house,
Goodness
I couldn't
gracious.
shake the bad feeling.
Yeah.
When I
There's a
arrived at
loose-
the house, the driveway was empty. No signs
Oh,
of
gosh.
Joe's red pickup truck as I had imagined.
Yeah, it's not
I
there.
rushed into the house to find the
Don't
basement
go!
door ajar.
It's a trick!
This was a bad sign.
Oh,
I ran as
gosh.
fast as I could, screaming, "Joe!"
What happened?
But I heard nothing.
You're not going
in
to find
return.
him. You're not going to find
I
him.
swung
It's
the
toast,
basement
dude.
door open and ran down the stairs until darkness.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what happened, but I woke in pure darkness with a gash above
Wow.
my right eye.
Wow, you
The
got
vein
hit.
above my eye was throbbing, and I could feel my heartbeat in my ears and in the back of my head.
Wow. Wow. He
As I
got
blindly
he got
stretched
you
my
good.
hand out to feel around in the darkness. I found what
He
I
got you
assumed
good.
was the cement wall of the basement.
Oh my gosh, dude, you're
Cold,
screwed.
harsh and rigid. The wall served as a guide throughout the darkness. There was no light source at all, and my
Jeez
eyes had yet
Louise,
to
dude.
adjust to the harsh darkness that was clouding me.
I can't believe you're not dead yet.
As I
You
blindly
should be
continued
dead.
to feel my way around, I started to hear unfamiliar noises.
What the
They
fuzz?
sounded like footsteps coming from above me.
He's toast.
I gulped my fear down my throat and contemplated what
toast.
to do. Hello, TJ. Is anyone here?
TJ's.
That was Joe's
Oh,
voice.
What?
There was a sense of salvation that I hadn't felt in a long time. Joe,
Well, that's not
down here
him.
in the basement, I screamed. I heard the door open and a beam of light appeared from
It
the top
wasn't-
of the stairs.
It wasn't. It's
I
not your
started to
brother.
make my way towards the light when I met up with Joe.
What?
Fuck, man, I thought
Is
you
that
were
like him?
dead, Joe said as he smirked. What the fuck happened to your head?
Jeez Louise, dude.
We walked up the
What
stairs to the living room where I collapsed on the couch. The bright lights
Get
in
out of the
living
house!
room caused my headache to intensify beyond belief. Joe grabbed me a wet cloth to stop the bleeding for a bit.
Jeez Louise.
Joe, are
What? This
you
doesn't make any
okay?
sense.
I said, looking at him with one eye closed. Yeah, why wouldn't I be? You're the
Jeez
one I've been
Louise.
worrying about. Look, I'm sorry for last night.
Is this a
Remember the whole
dream?
leaving you behind thing? Just that shit really creeped me out, you know?
What the heck? Okay, this stuff is making
How did you
sense
know I
with
was
the
here?
dialogue, but
Joe
why?
smirked. Because you're like a real life Scooby-Doo detective or some shit.
Jeez Louise.
I knew you'd be back here at some time after what we found. What
That's
happened last
insane.
night after I left? We watch any of the other tapes? I didn't know
This
how to
is a
talk to
dream.
Joe about the tape I received at the hotel, but I had to tell him what I saw.
Tell him, you
Do me a
silly.
favor, alright? Go to my car and grab the tapes in the VCR. I have something to show
What?
you.
What the
Joe
heck?
shook his head. I'm not watching any more
What
of
the
that
heck?
shit. You must be crazy.
Oh my
Maybe
gosh.
I was. Joe, just listen
Are
to
you
me.
the
It's
alien?
important. Please. With a sigh, Joe went to my car and grabbed what I asked.
Who's the
We
Who's
walked
the
back to
younger
house.
brother?
He threw the box of tapes and VCR
This
on the
guy's
couch.
insane. This is
He
insane.
set it up, and you're welcome. It was nice to see Joe was still as cheery as always. The tape with Joe and the creature was still in the VCR, so when I plugged it into the television and hit play, I told Joe to watch closely.
What the heck?
Joe watched in horror as he saw
Yeah.
himself standing with the creature directly behind him.
What the heck? Does this
When I
thing have
left
mind
last
control?
night, I stayed at the hotel for the night. And
That's
when I woke
crazy.
up, this
So,
is what I found.
I like the fact that they're actually
That's you,
discovering
Joe.
it together.
That's you and the creature.
Answer some
I
questions.
don't remember any of this. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, of course
I don't
not.
know either, but this happened sometime last night.
Of course he
after I
doesn't
left.
remember.
Do you remember coming back? What?
No, probably not.
No, dude. When I left, I drove my ass right to my girlfriend's house, and I never looked back. I only came back
Yeah,
here
so-
because I couldn't get a hold of you, and I was worried. I figured you'd be
Wow.
back here, and lo and behold, there you
That's
were
insane.
in the basement with a cut
So
above
this-
your head.
So it's
Nothing seemed to make sense.
manipulating. The tapes aren't
Joe
real.
didn't remember coming back, but on the video, he was with the creature. Perhaps the creature followed Joe to his girlfriend's and then dragged him there without him knowing.
That doesn't make any
TJ, I
sense.
don't remember anything after going to
No.
my girlfriend's. Last thing I
What?
remember was falling asleep in bed and waking up the next morning. No dreams, no nightmares, nothing.
Did he just walk
This
there
doesn't make any
then?
sense, man.
Yeah.
I placed my head into my hands in disbelief.
What the
Trying to
heck?
think of what this means. Joe stood up from the couch.
Supernatural
Be honest
tapes.
with me. Last night in that basement, did you see anything? You said you left to go to a hotel after I left, but I feel like you're not telling me the entire story.
Heck yeah, he saw the
What
whole
did you
thing.
see, TJ?
I'm sorry, I'm not reacting too much
had to
because this is
tell him.
deep. That's
I
crazy,
went down
dog.
there after you left.
Tell
to
him.
search around after hearing that noise, and I saw the creature.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
more disturbing than I could imagine. That creature lives in that basement. I
Yeah,
saw
it's
the light
disgusting.
drain from Joe as he looked at me in complete disbelief.
So
Okay,
get
here's
out of
what
the
we're gonna
house.
do. We're both going to leave, lock the door, and never turn back. Let
Sounds good
someone
to
else
me.
deal with this. TJ, if you were smart, you would do the same.
Oh yeah,
Please, as your brother,
Absolutely.
I am begging you, leave. Just leave
Absolutely.
and go back home.
go home.
Reluctantly, I nodded my head and
Go
grabbed
home,
my
TJ.
things, including the tapes and the VCR.
Why
leave
would
them
you
too.
grab that tapes?
I couldn't just leave them though.
Leave
There's
them.
still 2 more tapes to be watched, and
Oh,
providing clues as what this creature
Magical
was and how
tapes.
to stop it.
Magical
Let's make a deal. We'll watch
tapes.
the last 2 tapes, and then we'll leave and never look back.
No,
Sounds
just
good?
watch them
Works
at the
for me.
hotel.
Joe agreed.
Don't
I
watch
popped
the
next tape
tapes
in and
there.
sat down on the couch and prepared for the worst.
Oh
The
my
tape
gosh.
started out different from the others.
Oh my
It wasn't the
gosh.
basement, but rather it was Joe's bedroom.
Oh
Sleeping
gosh.
soundly in his Buzz Lightyear pajamas was Joe as a kid. I
Oh
could tell this was
gosh.
causing Joe
Joe's
to
gonna
feel
get got.
uncomfortable, but for some reason we just kept watching. Suddenly,
That's crazy.
young Joe sat up abruptly in his bed. His eyes were as black as night, and he seemed to
Uh-oh.
be in a trance.
Just
He left the room, walking
Oh,
as if
willingly.
he was sleepwalking.
yeah, he
The
sleepwalked.
camera continued to roll for what seemed like hours until young Joe made his way back
Uh-oh.
into the view of the camera. He laid back down and went to
What
sleep
is going on
as if
here?
nothing happened.
It's a parasitic worm.
Suddenly, our attention
is
was
this?
brought towards the edge of the bed, where we saw a long,
creature.
lanky hand reach out and grab the bed sheet. The creature stood
Why?
up and stood over young Joe. The creature
What
got
is
under the
this?
bed quietly and began to stare at him.
Okay.
Joe didn't-
Pause. 16 at 16:35. This doesn't make any sense. Okay, is this creature just like to creep people out? What is the motive of this creature? Is if nothing is just creeping people out. I just feel like a lot of these setups, they're creepy, they're scary, but why is it doing it? Why is it doing this? Is it feeding off its fear? All too often, and it goes to people who think too much like I do in terms of this. Like it, okay, but why? Why are you doing this? Is it vengeance? What is it? You know, there's always a reason. You know, it's just I'm gonna creep you out. That kind of makes it less scary, just because you're just doing it for the sole purpose of creeping people out. That's it.
Seemed to notice, though. And just like before, the creature began to drag its tongue across the cheek of young Joe before stepping off the bed and disappearing into
What
the
the heck?
background.
It needs to not do that. Stop licking
The
people.
video ended shortly after.
Stop licking.
Jesus Christ, Joe. What was that?
Joe.
I stopped mid-sentence as I looked over at Joe,
What?
who had a sick and demented smile on his
What
face.
the heck?
His eyes were
Oh
black,
gosh, he's being tranced.
black as night. And there was a smell creeping into the room.
Oh my gosh.
Not
Joe's
too
smiling.
familiar scent.
This thing takes
sound of
over
the
people's
creature.
minds. But why? But why? Why? Oh gosh, it makes zero sense, guys. I get it. Also shout outs to Creepypasta. What's his name? Mr. Creeps. Part 2 of I Found Videotapes in My Basement. Makes no sense. I mean, it's starting to piece itself together. You've got a creature, possibly an alien, who has mind control and is able to make people look like him for some reason. Make your eyes completely black and have crooked smiles and just likes to lick you in your sleep. That's it. That's all that we have so far. We don't know why the creature's doing what he's doing. He hasn't killed anybody so far as we know. Maybe the parents, but either way, it doesn't make any sense. Did it want a taste for Joe? Did it want to lick Joe one more time before riding off into the sunset? We may never know. Last time we left off, there's 2 brothers. They are being creeped out by an alien in the basement. Something something happened to their parents and they're trying to figure out what's going on. There's a face licker, apparently. He licks faces. That's what he does. He creeps people out. And so one of the brothers seemed to be hypnotized. Oh no. He has eyes that are black. Black as night, apparently, and has a crooked smile, just like the alien in the tapes. It looks like this guy has some kind of hypnosis over the brothers, especially Joe, which is the jerky brother. Jerky Joe. But yeah, well, let's figure out what's coming on to the conclusion, the part 3 series. I might just mash them up all into one, so that way you have all 3 analyses into one, and you don't have to go anywhere else to get them. Come here, watch these. All right, thank you so much. Let's do it. Boop. Here we go. Oh boy. Oh, I know that sound. All right, let's go. Ooh, water and a bridge.
What the fuck? I was
Okay.
taken aback by what was happening to Joe.
Just
Just as I was starting to back away,
That's
Joe
pretty.
would speak.
What the heck?
What? What's wrong?
Wait, Joe.
I was almost speechless.
Who said what?
Your eyes, the smell, it's just...
Is it there now?
Everything was coming out in intervals rather than all together.
What are you talking
Joe
about?
would just shake his head with a smirk.
What the
I think
flip?
you're seeing shit, TJ.
He
what
must-
are you talking about?
Oh, jeez. Joe
was
is acting
dumbfounded.
crazy.
I began to sniff deeper and deeper.
What the fuck?
You don't smell that? I said as
Joe's
I
looking
covered my
crazy.
mouth and nose with my sleeve.
What? But
It
he's
smells rancid,
acting
dude.
normal.
It's the same scent I smelled when I saw
What the
the
heck?
creature.
TJ, are
Joe
you
shook his head as if
hypnotized?
he had no idea what I was talking about.
But he looks like
I
the
think you
creature.
need some sleep, man. You're losing your mind.
He did get beat. He
Maybe
did
he
get
was
beat on the
right.
head.
Maybe I had just envisioned everything I saw moments before.
What the heck?
Maybe it was all just my mind playing tricks on me.
I don't know, dude. I think.
With a sigh, I reluctantly agreed.
Oh my gosh.
As I got up to leave with Joe, he would wrap his arm around my neck.
What?
Look,
Oh, jeez.
I don't know what was on those videotapes.
Why is
but
his arm
you
around
need
his
to just
neck?
Stop. This isn't healthy and it's driving you crazy.
It's driving you
You're
crazy.
seeing shit and you're smelling rotten eggs.
What the
That isn't
fuck?
right.
Maybe he's having a
I
stroke.
sighed.
That's terrible.
You're right.
That wasn't a joke.
At that moment,
What the
my
heck?
eyes widened. I
Uh-oh.
told Joe I smelled something, but I didn't
He
tell
didn't
him
sell
what
those
I
rotten
smelled.
eggs. Dun dun dun.
Joe, I asked, quivering my bottom lip.
Oh,
Yeah, what's
hell
up?
yeah. That's not Joe.
I gulped.
Imposter.
I never told you what the smell was.
Why would you tell him that? Was
How
his
did you
arms
know
around
it
your
was
neck?
rotten eggs?
Uh-oh.
Joe was quiet.
Too
I
quiet.
stared at him as he
this
flashed
is quiet.
a smile. I jumped
What the
backwards
heck?
as Joe flung himself onto me.
What the
I
heck?
resisted as much as I could, but I knew there was nothing I could do.
Really?
Joe,
Were you the
now
weaker
looking more
brother?
like the creature, stuck its tongue out and began to drag it across my cheek.
Oh
I was
no!
frozen in fear.
This thing.
Couldn't move any part of
It's-
my body.
why does he
no
like
matter how
licking
hard I
people?
tried.
Hold up.
I laid there.
Boop. 228. Hold up. Why does he like licking people? Why does he like doing that? What is the deal? Does he like tasting fear? That's okay. Well, this makes more sense. This makes sense. A creature that likes to taste your fear, which is why he likes to do the licky. That makes more sense than the other one. I had no idea. You black eyes, and then oh man, it's crazy. This is absolutely insane. That was a good exchange right there. Cause so was this a shapeshifter? A shapeshifter controller? It's crazy. Let's get on with it. Boop.
Completely motionless as the creature
gosh.
dragged its serpent-like tongue across my cheek. Its breath was
My
unbearable.
gosh.
But no matter how much I
Ugh.
squirmed or screamed for
Why
help,
can't you
it would
bi-
not
why
loosen
can't
its
you
grip on me.
bite this guy? Bite him.
The creature extended its finger and dragged it
Bite him.
across my cheek,
Oh no.
drawing blood in the process.
Oh
I stared
jeez.
into
It just
its
wants to creep
eyes
you
and
out.
felt like I was staring face to face with Satan himself.
Hey, don't mention
accepting
that.
my fate.
We
I
only
closed
worship
my
Jesus
eyes
in it.
and expected the worst.
What is going on here?
That's all I remember. I woke
Oh
up
my
sometime
gosh.
later in the familiar surroundings of a hospital.
Oh
The
my
white
gosh.
walls and the taste of anesthetic made me feel safe, as
Really?
well as sick to my
Are you-
stomach.
Are you crazy?
I was greeted by my
think you're
fiance
crazy.
and a group of doctors.
Did you say Beyonce?
Oh, thank God! My fiance
my
screamed
gosh.
as she began to cry. Are you okay?
That's insane.
There was a tube down my throat, which
That's
was preventing
crazy.
me from answering, but I nodded my
Yeah,
head.
a tube down his throat. My God.
Soon enough,
He
the
got messed
doctors
up.
came in to remove my feeding tube from my throat.
That's
I
insane.
can't describe the feeling, but it's nothing I want to experience again.
Wow.
I was in a coma for a solid week. A neighbor of my parents
happened
found me
to
in the
him?
basement at the bottom, not completely unconscious. Apparently, the front door was open
Jeez
and the
Louise.
neighbor grew worried.
What
I'm alive
happened?
thanks to him.
Oh, okay. So
Nothing
there's
made
no
sense
creature.
to me. Where's Joe? I questioned.
You never had a brother.
My
you didn't
fiance
have
had
one.
a look of confusion on her face.
Who's Joe?
Honey, don't you remember?
Uh-oh,
She
did he
said,
die?
wiping a tear from her eye.
Oh,
I shook
gosh.
my head.
What happened to
TJ,
Joe?
Joe died in that accident with your parents.
Oh.
My entire world flashed
I
before
fe-
my eyes.
I didn't know that
How was that
happened.
possible? I
Oh,
had just seen
jeez.
Joe moments before I blacked out, right?
That's terrible.
Or was everything just my subconscious running wild while I was
That's
knocked
crazy.
unconscious?
I think so.
What about the videotapes? I
What
questioned.
videotapes?
What videotapes, babe?
There's no videotapes.
The videotapes at my parents' house.
Ah,
Where are
that's
they?
such a crap
They were in a
cop
brown
out.
box
The
on
whole
my
thing was a
coffee table.
dream. No.
My fiance shook her head as if she had
The whole
no
thing was a
idea what I
dream.
was talking about.
The whole thing's a
Everything
dream.
took place in my head. From
Ah.
Joe to the videotapes to the creature.
Goodness
Everything was a
gracious.
part of my subconscious. I felt sick to my
What's
stomach,
going on?
perhaps just from the anesthetic. My fiance
Jeez
ran her
Louise.
fingers through my hair to calm me down, but nothing seemed real.
Uh-oh.
Hell,
That's probably
was
not
this
real.
even real?
No.
After a few
She's
days
a
in the
creature.
hospital to recover, I was allowed to go home.
So with the
My
pianos.
fiance told me everything.
Jeez
I
Louise.
received a call away at college that my parents and brother died in a car accident.
Oh, jeez.
Joe was driving them somewhere when the car slid off an embankment and crashed.
That's so terrible.
I didn't have the heart or the stomach to tell
Oh,
my wife
boy.
what happened, but I had to.
Oh, he sold
I
everything.
told her about Joe.
She's the creature.
I told her about the basement, the creature, the
She's the creature.
videotapes, everything.
Don't tell her.
She smiled and ran her fingers through my hair again.
Why'd she keep
It
doing
was
that?
a way of calming me down, and it always worked.
No, it's the creature.
It sounds like you have a wild imagination.
It's the creature.
I guess the brain works in mysterious ways.
Oh my
In a
god.
sense, despite
He is
losing my brother
screwed.
and my parents, things seemed normal for once.
Sure.
The entire ordeal, even though it was played out of my subconscious, was over.
I
I was a bit confused as
It's
to why
never
I was in
over.
the house to begin with, but everything started to come back to me.
He's screwed.
After the funeral, I went back to the house to get the belongings.
He's screwed.
I must have blacked out shortly after
Yeah.
and imagined the entire thing,
What? How?
including Joe in my subconscious.
How did you black out after the funeral? Where were you?
I don't remember blacking out, but I remember Joe vividly.
Dude, it
I remember him
happened.
smoking one of my dad's cigars. I
It
remember
happened,
him freaking
dude.
out about the videotapes and whatnot. Everything
Yeah.
just seemed so real. And the
Okay.
fact that it wasn't
It's
just
real.
left me completely dumbfounded.
It's definitely real.
I went back to the home a few days later just to ensure my subconscious was right.
Uh-huh.
The
it's
basement was
same.
just as I remembered it, but no matter how much time I spent there, I never found the
Hmm.
videotapes. They were gone, or
Oh my
perhaps they were
gosh.
never there to begin with.
Yeah,
As I
you're
sat in the
screwed, buddy.
basement, I sighed with relief and walked back up to the living room, shut
But
the door behind
then-
me, and locked the door and never looked back.
Uh-huh.
Eventually, the home became property of the bank, and a family
Oh,
of 4
why'd
moved in
you do
shortly after.
Why did you do that?
That part of my
Don't let the-
life was behind me.
Oh my gosh.
I graduated, and my fiance and I moved into a nice 2-bedroom home in the city.
Oh my
She
gosh.
became pregnant with
That
our first
stinks.
child, expecting here in a few months. It's gonna be a boy.
Stinks.
We're naming him Elijah, after my grandfather.
Sure.
We're hoping to have another child sometime after Elijah is born, and
it's not gonna
hopefully it'll be a
happen.
girl.
I mean, yeah,
We
the
just
child
wanna
will
start a
happen, but
family and live happily ever after.
that
as corny as
creature
that
is gonna
sounds.
no, none of
Everything
that's
was
gonna happen.
planned after the
That
birth of
creature's gonna get
Elijah.
you. It's gonna get
Your
you.
parents weren't too happy we conceived before we were married, but they'll get
whatever.
over it.
Yeah,
It's
they
not like they
need
have
to.
a choice.
Exactly. Calm that
And
down.
as for the blackouts, I haven't had them since the last incident in the basement.
Sure.
Sure,
'cause
I
that's
still
actually
think about
happened.
what happened, but I have to remind myself it was all my subconscious.
Sure.
None of
was.
it actually happened.
It definitely
It
happened.
may have seemed real, but not everything
Yeah.
is what it seems.
Sure. Sure,
Things
buddy.
have been good for the most part, but lately my
Huh.
wife has been acting weird.
Yeah.
She
It's
keeps
her.
saying I've changed and
She's the
I've
creature.
grown a bit irritable. I've done nothing that I can think of.
She's the
Perhaps
creature.
It's just pregnancy hormones or something like that.
She's the creature.
She caught me
Your wife
sleepwalking
is
a
the
few
creature.
times a night and
Got
said I
him.
looked as if I were in a trance.
Yep.
The house we just bought, which we thought was our dream house, turned out not to be the perfect paradise that we had hoped.
Yeah, things
We're
are going
thinking
bad.
of moving. My wife keeps smelling a foul odor in the home, and she feels like it's going to be bad for the baby.
Yeah,
She keeps trying to tell me
creature's
to
with
get
you.
it fixed, but I have no idea what she's talking about.
Yeah.
I don't
Well, you
smell
get possessed.
anything.
What is going on? Like, okay. It's definitely the creature. Oh, and that's it. Is that really the end? Oh, I like it. I like how it ends on this. I like how it ends on this. Maybe, maybe not. I like that. Cool. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe she's the creature because she keeps running her fingers through your hair. Maybe she's not. Maybe it's like the tongue thing. I always got to touch and stroke your face and stuff like that, like the creature does. So maybe she's the creature, maybe she's not. Maybe the creature has you in a trance still, and put you in a new dimension where stuff isn't actually as they seem. The ending was not happy as what you would think. The ending was actually kind of, kind of uncertain. I like the uncertainty. He's like, not sure. Not sure. There's a weird smell. That's not what the creature did, but I don't smell anything. There's a new baby on the way. And she says that you've changed. Oh, I'm changed. I don't know what she's talking about. Might be hormones. Who knows? Sleepwalking. Well, I don't know. Everybody in my family sleepwalks. So but it didn't go out of its way to say, hey, by the way, the creature, everything was real, which is good. I like the uncertainty. That's good. You have to know when to stop, and I think they've chose a perfect place to stop. Yeah, the creature may not have been real, but it also might have been, because if it was real, then what happened after the blackout? It's like he was losing. He was losing the fight. He figured out that the creature was indeed somehow shape-shifting into his brother. So should we go? So let me know in the comment section below. Do you think the creature was real, or do you think it was all a dream? I don't know. I like that. It could have very well been, no, dude, all this stuff really did happen. You dreamt up that your brother was still there. Maybe you had a really good connection with him. Maybe you had a really close connection with him. There are tapes in the basement. People are dressed in white. Why are they dressed in white? They're dressed in white for some reason. Is the reason why they're dressed in white because they're doing like hazmat stuff? That was so strange. And to be honest, it didn't make any sense. So kind of like, how did the tapes get there? Maybe it was Joe who did it? A possessed Joe who did it? Who knows? I certainly don't know. If I had to lean one way or the other, that's a tough one. It's a tough sell because you don't know. I think in storytelling you still need to stay away from the dream aspect, because I guess unless this is the thing that you were going for, it's almost kind of, I wouldn't say a cop-out. Cop-out's even too cliche, but it's sort of, I feel like you can make the audience feel that way without actually saying it was a dream. You can make them feel uncertain without having a dream sequence in it. I think you should stay away from the dream sequence if that's what you're doing. Just try to stay away from it. I know it's not easy, but it really gives the story some weight if you stay away from things like dreams. That way you don't even have to get that stereotype put on you. Like, oh, it's a dream, it's a bad story. It's not a bad story. It's actually a good story. I enjoyed it. I'll be thinking about this for a minute. Like, was it a dream? Was it not? Because you think about it, because here's another thing too. The story is 90%. Whatever happened 90% was real until the 10% of it was like at the end, no, it could have been a dream, could have not. Like, oh, well, jeez, you know. What of all that? So all that stuff we went through didn't matter? All the stuff that you showed me didn't matter? Just for that, I'm going to say that it was real. Just on that merit. And I don't know if that was what the story writer wanted. But that's why I'm going to do it. Because he put a dream in there. And we don't know. We don't know whether it's a dream or not. So because you put in a dream sequence, I am going to go with the fact that it was real. And that a story, the writer wanted us to think that it was, to give us that uncertainty. So I'm going to call his or her bluff, and I'm going to say that it was real. It was all real. And you don't want people to look behind the veil. You don't want them to think, oh, well, what did the writer think? You want people to judge the story on its own self. We shouldn't have to try to pay attention to you to figure out what we think is going on. That's just me. Like, in terms of the story, I shouldn't have to think about the person behind the curtain. What are they doing? Like, no, I'm in your world now. Let me be in it. Let me be in that world and not have to think about the creator of said world. I mean, yeah, that'll always happen, but I don't want to have to I don't want to have to. You're taking me out of the story when you do that. That's what I'm essentially saying. You're taking me out of the story when you put in dream sequences like that. Like I said, again, it wasn't bad how they did it. I just wish they hadn't done it at all, because now I'm out of the story thinking about what they thought instead of thinking about the story in and of itself. That's why you want to stay away from dreams, folks. Stay away from them. But yeah, that's my analysis. That's my commentary. So scary. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for tuning in to TeamTekTrab. Again, that is TeamTekTrab signing out with another gameplay. It's a horror story. If you guys want to see more of this, don't forget to subscribe, subscribe, like, share the video, so that way you don't miss out on this kind of commentary goodness. Thank you again, and you guys have a great rest of your day. Don't worry, this is definitely real, not a dream. And bye. Yep.